Let's do this. I got some time. Um, this Coca-Cola glass, but it's Pepsi. I don't have any Pepsi glasses, so don't know if that's allowed. False advertisement, right? Took the kids to McDonald's. They ate, had fun, went to bed. Everyone's in bed. I did a little cleaning around the house, about half an hour cleaning. Got half an hour left to go. Got to, not that people care, but clean the kitchen floor, which always happens every week. Some vacuuming, and then there's like sticky stuff on the carpet in my room. I don't know what it is. It's all pink and something like some melted candy or whatever, or candy dripping. Hey, Rob, how's it going? But I got to clean that out of the carpet too, and then clean the carpet again because the one night the missus had them, there's like Coke everywhere. Hello, Cody. How are you? So yeah, it's been some time there. Reading Supernatural Encounters on page 874. Normally, it would have been done by now, but this is such a busy week. We had something Monday, all through the weekend was Halloween. And then, hello, Fine Editions. I believe you had a stream today earlier, right? Or am I thinking about last night? I can't remember. Hey, Marcel, how's it going? But Halloween was like Friday, Saturday, something Sunday, something Monday, something Tuesday, and something Wednesday. And then they went to something else, and there's two more bags of candy today. So something else on Friday. I don't know what was going on, but Halloween's everywhere. We've got two huge. I've thrown away half of. I mean, I'm serious. I'm throwing away half the candy, and we got two huge cookie jars full of candy, full of candy. I threw away all the lollipops, all the cheap little candy, the Smarties, the stuff like that, the fruity Tootsie Rolls, um, bubble gum they're not allowed to have, the cheap bubble gum too, thrown away, the little packets of dip in sauce, whatever thing. You know, we put the little pixie stick stuff that got thrown. All anything fruity because no one eats Skittles here. No one eats Starburst. Oh, what else? Now or later is no too tough on the mouth. I mean, just tons of stuff chunked. Mostly chocolate stuff stayed, but holy cow, so much candy, so much candy. And happy November to you. Thanksgiving month. Whoop whoop. I'm excited. Favorite holiday of the year. Yeah, he was really good. It was a lot of fun hanging out with him and Scott. Man, Scott is just such a great guy. He came up because I had nothing to do. If it hadn't been for Scott, I just would have sat around a very expensive hotel and just read a book. That was it. That's all I had to do. And I did read on the last day. Scott had to go home, but we had so much fun. I had more fun hanging out with him than I did going to the park. So we went to Universal Studios together for 2 days. We had a great time. To be honest, I don't think I'd want to go to the park anymore. I think I'm done with parks. But I loved hanging out with Scott. So much fun. And hanging out with Ryan that first night was so much fun too. He had to fly out to Vegas. That's why he was not on a more civilized age. He was in Vegas. That's what someone else did. I tried to bring some to work, but someone else has a big, huge bowl. A huge bowl is like, I got two huge bowls of candy, and I need to start bringing it. It's gonna be all right. Hey, Tony, how's it going? Yeah, I like Zuckus and Forloom, and I wish they would have done more with them. You didn't like Bosca's story? It's okay. It's not bad. I agree with you. I love IG-88s, Dengars, and Boa Fett's. Um, I like Boss story too, but I understand why that's your least favorite. 116. I'm on 874. I would have been done. This would have been like a 2 to 3 day book, but I mean a 3 to 4 day book for me. But unfortunately, like I said, it's just been a bad week. I don't even know if I can finish it tomorrow because usually I could. And I'll try to knock out a few more pages tonight, but tomorrow I've got the kids all day long, all day long. So I don't know if I'll be able to finish it this weekend or not. I really wanted to. That's true. That's true. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. In fact, hold on. I need to check something out. You reminded me about something. I'm doing this on a Friday. Work has been kind of crazy. I'm working late. I'm working 11 hours a day right now. It's just temporary. We just have a lot of stuff going on. And today was my last 11-hour day, I think. Yeah, it's all downhill from here, I think. But it's still extremely busy. And usually, well, I say usually, it just depends. There's always 1 month where we're dead. And thankfully, I haven't had that month. It doesn't look, well, I mean, August probably would have been a dead month, but I was gone for 2 weeks. So I may have gotten away with it. But there's always 1 month where we're dead. And then some months are busier than others, but holy cow. I mean, my November and December schedule is booked solid, which is a good thing. I like keeping busy. I have nothing for January. All of our big projects, like the biggest projects are due into this month. I mean, the achievements I got to get done. And then in December, it's business as usual courses that I'm trying to just knock out for those last 2 weeks, those first 2 weeks, and the last 2 weeks I'll be off. Won't be as hard, but yeah. Anyway, but welcome to the channel. Congratulations first off. The only thing that sucks is you can put them in order. Don't overpack books. Use plenty of boxes, and they're going to get out of order. They're going to get out of order. The only thing that I hated was I accidentally threw one away. I'm almost positive because I was missing one of my Clone Wars comic digest. And when I was doing my reread, I went, where is it? I know I have it here somewhere. And it was so small, it must have fit under, it must have fell underneath one of the flaps of the books. I mean, under the cardboard. And it was so light, I didn't know. And so I probably just threw it away. $75 to find it. It was the cheapest I could find a copy, and it was beat up. And I was pissed. Mine was in prime condition, probably worth 150. But I had to have it, and aggravating. So check your boxes. If you're moving little books, check underneath the sleeves. Sucks. When are you getting married? I was until they delayed it. I'm so worried about that film because of doing a part 2, like what, 3 years after the part 1, people lose interest quick. They're not going to make any more movies if they keep. I think they're screwing it up with not releasing it now. Because there comes a time where Dune won't be relevant again. And then we're going to have to wait another 10, 15 years for someone else to reboot it. I'm cheering for it, but it's hard. It's hard. Because I hated that they did a part 1 and a part 2. You know, I hated that they split it. Just do one movie. You could fit it all in one movie. It's not like that. There's that much action. But still, oh well. Yep, Tony knows. Hey, oh man, I know your offer still stands. Woo! And what happened was my insurance went up, and so that was like another $1,100 I had to pay, and I was not prepared for that. So we're inching by for the rest of the year. So not that hard up to get rid of it, but holy cow, so much money going down the drain right now. December 2nd. Wow, that makes things kind of. Oh, that was probably because of is someone in school? You're taking your school break around then. Isn't that? Well, no, that's not Thanksgiving weekend. That's the weekend after Thanksgiving. Wait, is that a Friday? No, that's a Saturday. I know that because that weekend, I hopefully will be in the Redneck Christmas Parade. I hope I didn't miss the deadline. I was too busy to go by. But Monday, if I have the time, or Tuesday, Wednesday, sometime early next week, I'm gonna go by and fill out an application. Mikey won't talk to me about. He always comes. Mikey and Mark always go with me, and we want to be. We want to be in it every year, but they drag their feet. So this year I'm going to do it regardless, even if I have to drive myself. But I'm trying to convince my nephew to do it, and he's ho hum on it. But I need to know it's only $10 a person, $50 tops. But I want to do it, and it's going to be that weekend. And then December 6th, they're playing The Grinch. Jim Carrey's The Grinch in theaters. I'm going to see that. And then December 9th is the Santa Bowl. We're bringing it back. What, 10 years later? When was the last time we had the Santa Bowl? It's been a while. Almost 10 years. No, 7 years. It's probably been just 7 years. But no one my age is playing. I'll be the oldest player on the guys' team. The next to oldest is about 3 years, 4 years younger than me. And he may be the second oldest because I don't think anyone 3 years and below are playing either. A lot of people, my brother, year and a half, I'm older than him. He said he stopped running years ago. And now I'm trying to find if we have a team. You know, there are some older kids who now would be on the adults team. The swing age, I think, is 28. And I still haven't called a few other friends from out of town to come in. But usually we used to play an annual game. It was, 17 to 27 and then 28 and above. Play a flag football game, 11 on 11. It's so much fun. And we're finally bringing it back. I need to expand the trophy. My nephew really needs to get with me this week on that. But it's going to be really nice. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that's December 9th. So that's going to be a busy week for me too. But congratulations. No, but thank you for upping the bid. In the chat, how much would you pay for a Dig #2 magazine with the exclusive story of what was it called? Oh goodness, the Tatooine thing. Lost City of Tatooine. There it is. Yep. Hello, hello. That's interesting. Meg Reviews is a good friend of mine, and she usually starts her review, and her reviews are spot on awesome. She's fantastic. And she sometimes talks about how high they stayed on the top the New York Times and everything. But cumulative sales data, I mean, like total overall, I remember a long time ago, I used to have a chart, like what made Star Wars the most money pre-Disney. The video games came first, then the movies and TV media, and then books came in third, a distant third. But they had a good, and someone call me out if I'm lying, but I think they had like a 10, 12% of the income. Well, there was merchandise too that was above it. But books and audiobook, they had a little bit of a nice chunk of it. I don't know what that equivalates for how much the Del Rey made and Bantam made back in the day in sales. I don't know. You can tell by how well it was on the top whatever. You know what? Dylan is good with numbers. He would look that up. Maybe I'll get some articles on the website. I'll get Dylan to see if he can put some articles on the website. I'd love for Dylan to start contributing again. And Dylan hasn't talked to me at all during the playoffs or the World Series, jerk. I don't have anyone to talk to about the World Series. I kept texting Dylan. He just kept ignoring me. It goes to his junk mail now. I'm doing everything separate now. Yeah, that's what's different with the rereads. It's more of a book review, and I'm doing the book separately. Yeah, I don't even know if they would have all those numbers or want to give them out now. But let me see if Dylan may know something like that. I hope so too. But like I said, when they delay part 2 for so long, I get worried. I get worried we're never going to see anything. I hate that they take so long on these. Why delay? I understand we delay it, because we can't advertise it with our stars. Who cares? You got to put it out there. You got to get it today. People's patience they don't stick around for 3 years. There's other things that get them excited, and then they get bored of the old stuff and move on to something new. You got to crank these things out, especially if you're doing a part 1, part 2, a sequel to a movie that was finished. I get it. Like if it was like Doom Messiah now coming out, okay, that's fine. I still think 3 years is the max, but but a part 2 to Dune, is anyone going to care? I hope they do. I hope they do, but I'm not so sure now, and I hate that they delay these things. Well, it's the Redneck Christmas Parade, and I have a few ideas what to do. I'm definitely throwing out ramen noodles, and I'm definitely throwing out toilet paper and Mardi Gras beads, and then I may ask for people's junk to just throw out. I'm gonna look all through my house for any junk we can throw out. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. I'm gonna have just a smorgasbord. I want someone's pickup truck. I don't know. I need to talk to my nephew about it. Yeah, but right now, I say this I say this like once a month. So, the thing is, Lucasfilm says hard no. We spoke directly to Lucasfilm a couple years ago. Hard no. It was 2021, I believe. Hard no on that. Nothing's going to move. That's from upper management. I'm guessing Kathleen Kennedy. So we need to wait till she retires. They're not going to fire her. She's got to retire. And then we'll ask again. No. I even shot down a billboard. They suggested doing a billboard, and I came in and said no. I don't think I was the reason they stopped it, though, but I just said no. No, not time for a billboard, because we got a very direct answer, polite, but direct answer. So we just need to wait. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. Well, it's wasting money right now. I don't want to waste people's money. We wanted a billboard at the beginning. We wanted a billboard after the trilogy. That was always the plan. And then we really went to bat in 2021. Gave it. We were talking to Lucasfilm, and that was a hard no from above. Not going to happen at this time. So we'll wait. We'll wait. Eventually, they'll be desperate enough to give us something. I can't remember. Is No Prisoners the one I like, folks? I can't remember. No Prisoners, or what's the other one? I don't know. The one written by Karen Traviss, I agree, is really good. And because it shows, well, maybe they're both good. I can't recall now. Yeah, I think they're both good. There's one by Karen Miller, too. What is the other one called now? No Prisoners in something. Someone's screaming in the chat here. But yeah, I think those are good. Very rarely do you have good Clone Wars stories. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of TCW, but I'm going to be doing a review of those after I'm done with the reread, though. I think they're missing out because there's a lot of good continuity. I like the Bantam era too, but they quit during New Jet Order because it's too dark. Get over yourself. They're missing out on some good stuff, I think. Maybe Thrawn's origin story. I'm trying to think. There's a few good ones in there. Kit Duran's story is really good, written by Kevin Janderson. I can't remember the names of them right now. Is it Firestorm? I don't remember. There's a few good ones. Peter Swarfenheimer wrote some fun ones. Rich Hanley and Charlene Newcomb did some good stuff. I am not a Patricia A. Jackson fan at all. Even though fans were back in the day, there's a lot of Patricia A. Jackson fans. I did not like her fiction. There's someone else I can't remember his name, and it's a hard to. I don't know. I need to look at them all again. What's up? What? I mean, approach them any way you want to. Give it your own spin on it. Oh, look at this. Thank you, sir. Tony, I'm going to come work for you. That's what's going to happen there, brother. Hardest working man in the business, deserves all the success that he's gotten. Very smart guy here, folks. Very smart man. No, I mean, it's fine. It's the life. You know, it's a big house. It's always going to need cleaning. So everything gets messy. But it's what I do. The missus, she's only got a few more weeks, and then she'll be home. Like before Thanksgiving, it'll all be over. So the week of Thanksgiving, she'll be back, and I won't have to be watching the kids by myself all day on weekends and every night. But I mean, it's a ritual. You know, we play around, have fun. Babies go to bed at 8. They tell me night night now. I say night night. There's no fussing whatsoever. Girls lay down at 8:30. Sometimes they get a little chatty. Sometimes they're really tired and they go to bed. And then I clean for about half an hour to an hour, or sometimes 2 or 3 when I get really into it. And I'll just, just slowly just take sections of the house. And then if I'm not doing that, I'm reading, so until I go to bed. So it's the life right now. I really tonight should have been a game night. This is my fun night usually because I usually have someone over. But both of my the buddy of mine who's a nurse, he's done with weekend. He works on weekends, so I won't see him. And the other guy, he's helping out my wife at the show, so he's working with them. So I don't have anyone. I have like some broken friends here and there, like these 2 brothers who keep declining every time I invite them. I think they wanted it. One says he wants to do it, but the other one keeps declining. And then there's one other guy who used to be in the game group a long time ago, talks about wanting to come back, but the one time I brought him back, he didn't want to play games at all. It was obvious. He just wanted to hang out. And I was like, that's fine. And then my nephew, who usually comes over with 1 or 2 of his friends sometimes, I guess he's busy. He never texts me back. I texted him this morning. But a lot of times he forgets I even text. So I'll text him tomorrow and see if he wants to come over. I got 3 games that I have not played yet, board games. And then 1 I want to replay real quick because I'm about to do my top 100. And after I get these last 3 games played and get 1 game replayed one more time, then I think I'm ready to work on my list there. But I can't play anything today, so hopefully tomorrow I can get some games played. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. That's up to you. Scott told me the reason why they couldn't get every story is they don't have the rights to all the magazines. So that's a shame because I would have loved for it to all be legends, short stories, not just the greatest artists. But if you want it in print, it looks like it's a great copy to get. I'm not the one to ask that because I have them all, but I've never played them. So I'm not the one to ask about that. What all do you have? You just got some copies of the rule books. I don't know. I really like the Dark Strider campaign. It also has the first chapter written by Timothy Zahn, but it's very interesting story. And Other Space was very interesting too. And again, I'll probably break and do some TV episode reviews of the EU. I've never done that, so I'm gonna sit down and do all the TV stuff, and then I'm gonna go into the role-playing books and do reviews on them, individually too. That's what would be in the future for me. Yeah, I think so too. And I hope it does well. I hope it does well. But you keep delaying stuff. It gets out of sight, out of mind for people. I don't know, but every time we asked him a question, he said that he needed to go check. But when we asked about legends, he said no new legends. No. He said, sorry guys, that's the rule that comes up from up top, is all that was said. So I'm guessing way up top is Kathleen Kennedy. He said we can't do that right now. So they knew they couldn't give out new legends. So, okay, we'll wait. We're patient. Yeah, that's a good one. It's the only Karen Traviss novel I love. It's a really good one, though. Wild Space. Thank you. Actually, I like that one now. I like Wild Space. If that's what the one with Obi-Wan and whatever it is. I like that one. I hate her other two novels. Well, because it shows the friendship of Bail and Obi-Wan, which is something that we need to see. Because, Leia in episode 4 says that they were good friends. When were they good friends? Ever, And that book shows a bunch of hardships that they went through and became close buddies afterwards. I love it. Yeah, I did that just a self-published volume 4, but if you want those, you can get them. I'm not making any money off those. I put the lowest. I didn't put any, you're just paying cost on those. But when I put out 4, someone found it, shared it. Then everyone's like, oh, I want the other 3 volumes. So I just threw them out over the summer last year, I think. And I released them backwards. I released 3, then 2, then 1. So if you want to get them, that's fine. Just a collection of short stories, except for the first one is a lot of fan fiction, but good fan fiction. Not that much, but I found some good, what I liked about the best of the fan fiction I could find. And then a lot of basically a bunch of digital stuff or hard to find stuff that I just wanted in print. I know other people would want that too, so I went ahead and put it on Amazon for everyone. Yep, I did. It wasn't that hard. People call me Nostradamus, right? Because I guessed the day after the Disney sale said the EU's gone. It's gone. It's not like I knew that. And what was the other one? Oh, everyone was amazed that before episode 7 was even filming, I said, spoiler alert, Han Solo dies. I said it. I called it years before because I knew Harrison Ford hated Han Solo, and the only way he'd come back is if they'd kill him off. I knew that. And then I spoiled episode 9, 6 years later, by saying, oh, guess what happens? Because I know Legacy of the Jedi, and I could see where it was going. So I look really smart that I knew that. But I mean, if you follow the logic, it's not that big of a stretch. I think I get more credit than what I should for that. Because when you think about it, you're like, yeah, that is the obvious. I knew they weren't going to keep the EU. That wasn't me just being negative. I said the EU. I mean, you saw that video, right? I'm going, the expanded universe is gone. I knew George Lucas was the only one letting it happen, but I thought, it's gone. I know it's gone. I was just sitting there waiting for the end to come. And when it came, yes, I was upset, but, I remember having a conversation with my brother that night, too, when the announcement got made. He went, so what do you think? I went, I knew it was going to happen, but I'm done. I'm out. And he didn't believe me. No one believed me. No one believed, because I was such a huge Star Wars fan back before Disney bought it. And no one believed that I was going to stop reading the books, throw away a Star Wars Insider. That was the first thing I did. When I kept part 2 of Blade Squadron, because part 1 was Legends and part 2 was canon. You know, they brought that story into canon. But I got it because it was part 2 of a Legend story too. And then when the next one came in, I threw it away. Didn't even look at it. Didn't even crack open the plastic. And then when the book came out, had no need to buy it. And then when the TV show came out, didn't have to watch it. When the movie came out, was not interested. And I think after a while, people started realizing, oh, Matt's not being stubborn. He really doesn't care about Star Wars anymore, or that Star Wars, you know. But for the longest, people kept saying, you're going to watch it. Shut up. You know you're going to watch it. Like Wes came on, I pick on him, but he came on my channel when he saw episode 8. He said, I'm done. I said, you're done. He said, I'm not watching 9. I said, now you say that now, but 3 years from now, you're going to go, why? He said, no, I'm done with Star Wars. And yet he still watches today. Because some people in the moment feel one way, and then they let it go later. And I questioned, can I hold out? And when that Insider came in, I said, no, I'm not interested. Chuck. No, that was easy. But I was worried when a book comes out, a new book comes out. I'm the one that gets that book first. And the book came out, I went, don't care. Okay, check on that. TV show came out, Rebels. I was like, oh, am I going to be the guy who has to watch Rebels? And I went, no. And then when the movie came out, I went, no, not tempted at all. Not tempted, or no interest. Because the EU is why I love Star Wars so much. Well, I don't like Newcomb's Alex Winger series. I like the what was it, the Scarlet series she did. It's true, I don't like her Alex Winger stories, but I do like her other stories. Patricia A. Jackson, I can't think of a story that she wrote that I love. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But I can't remember of a story she did. Maybe there's one in the Adventure Journals, but every one she did was just so confusing and so weird. But people loved her. And people loved Alex Winger. I did not. But I did love it when Charlene Newcomb teamed up with Rich Hanley and did that other character. So, yeah. I don't have any of the journals. That's just stuff from a first-person point of view, and they just recount the story from the movies. You know, oh, but they talk about their thoughts. They talk about little things happen. It's not worth it for me. So, no, I don't get them. That and The Life and Times of Obi-Wan was just a collection of short stories from Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, The Life and Times of Darth Maul, or whatever it's called. Yeah, I'm old, man. I mean, maybe I'll do some shorts one day, but you know, heck, and I like shorts too. But I mean, if I didn't have kids and I had time on my hands, I would do it. I just don't have the time. I don't make the time actually, so that too. It's okay. It's okay. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. That's a great question, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Hello, 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 Melissa. Ahsoka, Tano, all day. The Siegeborn Saga. Right. It has some thoughts. It has some of his training, right, that he's going through with Sidious. Don't it for me? It doesn't. I don't care about it. Well, maybe. You know, we're going to do his holiday special. That's going to happen next month. But you may see him earlier. Love it. Love it. Love it. Lord of the Rings. Do you have me at Lord of the Rings? Yes. The Ballad of Tom Bombadil, which is a separate writing. Love it. Bilbo's poem, very short. Love it. Any of this, everything Lord of the Rings. Love it. Could read those books right now. Love them. Love them. Favorite books of all time. Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. I love The Hobbit too. Bring it. Love it. Can't wait to go through Middle Earth again. I never get tired of reading those books. Ever. Love it. Hate the movies. Despise the movies. Only watch them once. Gag. Never watch them again. But love the books. Love them so much. Don't even like any board games. I want to love a Lord of the Rings board game, but there's not one out there that just interests me. I want to buy one. I want to play Lord of the Rings. I hear War of the Ring is so much fun, but it looks so daggum boring. But love those books. Among other things, but yes. Oh, you played some. You played some. Awesome. Benjamin, my co-host on Saturday Morning Sam Flange, he used to be the dungeon master for the old West End games. They used to play back in the early 2000s, and back when I knew him, and I just never joined because I thought I don't want to play RPGs. I didn't play board games back then either, and they were telling me all these adventures. Like, man, I so wish I did. When the kids get a little bit older, like a couple more years older, when they're kind of self-sustainable and can take care of themselves, I want to do it. I want to bring Benjamin in, bring a group, and do RPG of all the West End games, and even Wizards of the Coast, if maybe if we like that, and maybe even some of the Fantasy Flight stuff that's within the canon, within the Legends. I really want to do that when I have the time. No, I'm on page 874. All of the Wizard of the Coast stuff is not that good, but I am going to give it a re-review and reread and see if I change my mind. Yeah, and some of that stuff is super hard to find, unfortunately. I'll tell you how I bought it all. I used to write scripts for dinner theater, and I was getting paid $1,000 a script, and I'd write 2 a year. Well, no, because I wrote one for the other theater, so I got paid about $3,000 a year, so that was $6,000. That's about what I spent trying to get that whole collection. Some of those books were no, it was $2,000 a year. It's $4,000. It was $4,000 total. But I went out on a buying spree and I bought everything. All the West End games, all the Wizards of the Coast, everything there was. It cost me thousands of dollars, but I paid for it by writing them scripts, baby. And I could have been making more if I get my own dinner theater together one day. If there are 2 of me, it'd be great. Thank you, Marcel. Marcel, I tell you what, it's kind of morbid, but one of our neighbors just died, and his wife died, and he's going to move into an old folks home. He said he was, because they were both really old. And so his house is going to be up for sale. It's a bigger house. It's like 2 houses down from the guy in between. Is really nice guy. They're an old couple too. Everyone's either old or very young here. There's no, everyone's very old. There's 2 of the younger families in there. But anyway, you can get that house, walk over, or I'll walk over to you, doesn't matter. We'll play board games. Let's do it. Move on down. Come to the States. Come to the U.S. I would play whatever he wants. We have Imperial Assault, Marcel. I'll even let you win. I'll be the Imperials. I don't want them to win. I need to play that one again. That one's also on the list, but there's no way I'm going to get it to the table now before I start ranking my games. Sadly, and it needs a replay. I haven't played it since the first of this year. And it's on the list of games I want to play again, but because I didn't have a game night tonight, which a game night tonight would have knocked out a few of those, shelf of shame, the games I've gone on played, it would knock about 2 of those out because I can get played about 3 games a night. And then I would have played the other game Sunday, and then the last weekend, I would have played some Imperial Assault, but now it's not going to happen. Okay. I get that. That's fair. That's fair. It does drag a little bit, but I was surprised how much I enjoyed it the second time through. Oh man. Yeah, the last comic book. I was so sad. So sad. Can't wait to reread those again. It's kind of weird that I'm going to end it on comic books always. Um, I mean, sure, but they need to release it all. It's a great story, should be shared, but I bet the covers are going to look like garbage. Have they released the covers yet? Yeah. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. You gave it an honest shot. A lot of people gave it an honest shot and just didn't like it. Yeah. Well, it is part of the Legends universe. It is. So I accept it for that. And I want to do reviews of it because um the first 2 or 3 seasons weren't that bad. I was enjoying it for a little while, and then I think it's season 4 it started going downhill, and I was like, ugh. But I liked it when it focused on just the clones. It was really good. I didn't like it. I've never loved Ahsoka, but that's why I want to do reviews of that next, because just to show people there were some good episodes. I don't hate that series. I mean, I hate when it gets out of continuity and whatnot, but you know, anyway. And I don't care what that. Who was it that said, "Oh, Matt, that's not." Wait, Fantasy Flight Games said that wasn't supposed to be a retcon for TCW. Okay, but they don't know who wrote it, right? No. Neither did the guy who I talked to at Gen Con. He just said that's a way you can interpret it. Someone else said, "Oh, it wasn't meant to be a retcon for the TCW." No, no, no. It makes sense though. Those are supposed to be war reels that we're watching. It starts off with an announcement. War on Kamino as the Republic forces. Blah 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 blah. Luke, what Anakin Skywalker and his clone troopers assist on the planet something something. Meanwhile, Obi-Wan is what. All right. So we're watching like a propaganda war film from Compnor is how Fantasy Flight put it in perspective. And a guy is basically commenting, going, I'm watching these Clone Wars clips. I don't know why they're changing certain parts of history. It doesn't make sense. Why is it? Why is that? And he's talking about why things get out of continuity with the Legends universe. There's nothing. They don't diss the Clone Wars TV show. And I can never remember who was with me. Dylan or Jeremy from I think it was Jeremy from Super Chainsaw Productions was with me, and he heard the guy say you could interpret it like that. No, but is that what it means? He went, that's a good interpretation. But I said, well, who wrote it? He went, but he wouldn't say anything yes or no. He just said that's a good interpretation. And then someone else said, I can't remember who it was, said, oh, Matt, we heard from Fantasy Flight Games and said that wasn't meant to be a retcon for. Now, I don't know. No one knows who wrote it, though. They did admit they didn't know who wrote it. But it's not bad. It's not saying that TCW never happened. It's just saying that, hey, when it's out of continuity with Legends, it was Compnor propaganda. Made sense to me. I remember when I read it, I showed it to Dylan. I said, hey, what does this mean to you? Because Dylan always assumed that was what the explanation would eventually be by Leland Chee. Leland Chee promised that once the TCW series was finished, he was going to show it how it could fit all in one continuity. That's the easiest way to do it. It's Filoni wanted to have his own little canon because he thought he was above everyone else. Big jerk. Oh yeah, my buddy Mikey has all the old games. I do too. I have a lot. He modded one of my Nintendo Minis. Really fun stuff. No, I haven't. Um, but well, I mean, if he did by then, no, he didn't. Does it say that? That's out of continuity because he wasn't around. If you remember, what was it? Tales from Mos Eisley. Vader wasn't there. It was just stormtroopers because Uncle Owen spit in what is his name, Devon's visor. Wow, Vader isn't there. So they're saying in that one, Vader was there. Ooh. If you want to know something, well, I won't say it. But there's a reason. Hopefully one day I'll reveal it. I don't have permission to reveal it. It's not canon to me. Never got into H.P. Lovecraft. I think they're terrible. They're nothing like the books. I was so disappointed. Visually, they look nice. I just wish they. I don't know what. I mean, they're loosely based. It's just said loosely based off Lord of the Rings. I'm a stickler to the books. Yeah, well, I mean, Joe's idea is that everything created by Lucas fits in one world, and Earth is a part of Legends. You know, Earth did exist at one time, so it can all happen all together. That's Joe. That was Joe's idea. It's his book. It's his. It's his choice. I don't know. Probably some of the hardbacks I have, like Scourge, and what's the other one I have that's really rare? I have a few hardbacks that are kind of just impossible to find. So probably that. Sadly, a lot of those book club ones, it's hard to get. You know, the Last Jedi in hardback. The first time they made that one, you can make it a yeah, they can make it a reality. Just move down here. Yeah, Dark Times is pretty good. It's pretty good overall. I enjoyed it. The first one's great. The second one's good. The rave scene in the second one is the dumbest thing ever. And if they had taken that out, the second one would have been great. The third one is not as good, but at least they gave it an ending. And the fourth one is just so awful. I'll never watch it again. They should not have made the fourth one. It was a mistake. Hey, hey, hey! There's the man right there. That man was extremely fun to hang out. I was singing your praises earlier. Extremely fun. Like you're the reason. I mean, honestly, you're the reason that week was so much fun. The theme park wouldn't have been just impressed me if it hadn't been with you. I had so much fun. I had so much fun. Scott's just a fun guy to talk to. We sat in line, just talked about every. The line went. We sat in line for that Hagrid ride for like, what was it? 2 hours, hour and a half at least, and it just went by like that because it was so much fun talking to him. And if we had all the time in the world, I probably would have sat in line again. But, he rode the Velocicoaster like 3 times, 4 times. No, man. I rode it once. I regretted it. Scott can tell everyone I was the biggest sissy in the world. I kept going. On the ride, I kept going, no, 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 no. I was getting mad as we're flipping around, corkscrewing, flying through the air. My wife is laughing. Scott's having fun. My wife told me, Scott, she said, "Oh, I totally would have rode that with him. Like she would have gotten you and just y'all would have just gone over and over and over again. She didn't care what I was going to do, but she was going to ride that ride more than once." She said she loved that one. She would have ridden the Hulk ride with you too, and she agrees. Probably just once would have been fine, but she would have wrote it twice probably. Because she agreed with you. It's a fun ride, but the Velocicoaster is the best. But it's not for me. Don't remember what I said. It's been so long. Sorry. Probably besides the one we mentioned already, MedStar is really good. And then after that, all you really have left is what? James Luceno's what is it? Labyrinth of Evil, which is excellent. And then episode 3, the novelization by Matthew Stover. That's it. And that can happen if Marcel just packs up his life and moves it here. I only ask that one small thing. That's all he's got to do. Oh, see, I love this. See, this is what we need to do. Someone needs to invent a teleportation so that you and everyone else can just zip over here on the weekends and we can all play. It'd be so much fun. Have you read Supernatural Encounters? Do you not know my name? I finally got to read. I was like, where am I in this book? And then last night, I got to read it, and I was like, there I am. And it was great. And he could have killed me off. That was totally fine if he would have killed me off, but it's fine. Oh, I hated it. I hated it until they put it in Fate of the Jedi. I was like, oh, well. But I still didn't like the episodes. Okay. I don't know since I never read the journals. I remember I flipped through them back in the day at Walmart, I think, and I was like, nope, not for me. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I can't remember who was. Does anyone remember who was arguing with that? Not arguing, saying, Matt, Fantasy Flight said that's not what they meant. Did you phrase it right? Because I was that the book had just come out. Force and Destiny was their newest RPG, and I went straight to the guy and asked him. And I'm not making it up, but that's what he told me. And I know Jeremy from Super Chainsaw Productions was with me. I have a witness. But it makes sense. And it doesn't discredit the Clone Wars. It's just that certain events that contradict with the canon, the Legends canon, were just Comp Nor twisting the truth for whatever reason. See, I hated it. I hated it in season 4 because George said Darth Maul is dead. I didn't want to bring him back. That's why I cut him in half. And then Filoni talks him into bringing Darth Maul back. Lockdown is really good. Shadowhunter is really good. Yeah, Lockdown is really good, though. I can't tell between the two of those which one I love best. I've never read the book to Forrest Gump. Princess Bride is fine. They don't need to remake it. Willy Wonka is fine, even though Gene Wilder's version, I think Tim Burton's version is closer to the original. But I enjoy Gene Wilder's version. I don't mind that it's different. That book is a little weird, though. Have you read it? Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? It's a little weird. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is what it's called, I think. But it's a little weird. So, I mean, but see, Lord of the Rings, I'm really close to. So, I want to follow the books more closely. And if that makes me a hypocrite for saying about that, the previous movies you just asked me, then I'm a hypocrite. That's fine. Oh yeah, Outbound Flight is great. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. And thanks for subscribing. I got a lot of new subscribers this past month. So thank you for everyone who subscribed. I guess I'm talking to a lot of new people today who just joined who just found out my channel. So thank you for that. Appreciate that. Appreciate the ability to get on here and talk to you guys. It is. This is another guy who's always welcome at my house now. Got to talk to him on the phone at Legends Con. I never played the game, so I don't know. Video games are my weak point when it comes to the EU. I got out of video games a long time ago. And even when I was into video games, for some reason, I love Star Wars. I love video games. I rarely played Star Wars video games. That doesn't, like, I love board games. I love Star Wars, but I rarely play Star Wars board games. Like, I got Imperial Assault because of Spencer Crilly's articles on the website. But every time I play it, I think I'd rather be playing Descent, which is the same type of gameplay. Imperial Assault has a little bit extra rules, but I find them fiddly and nonsensical. But yeah, it doesn't really. You think I'd really want to play Star Wars board games, but I'm really not. Even though I love Star Wars, it's really weird why those two loves never mix for me. But same thing with video games. 2000. Oh yeah, 2000. I mean, that's fine. A lot of people are, and I want to talk good about it because there's a lot of episodes I did enjoy. But as the series went further along, there was more I hated about it than I enjoyed about it. Like if it had gone just 3 seasons, I think it'd have been in good standing for me. I don't think I would have said anything nice about Filoni, but the series wouldn't have been as bad for me. Oh, that's fine. Oh, thank you. Thank you. If you're new to the channel, then welcome as well. Thanks for subbing. Huh, that's odd. I wonder why that wasn't mentioned anywhere else. I mean, I believe you. I believe you. I'm just saying. It's odd why they would do that. Maybe he's just cold-hearted. They want to show how cold-hearted he is now. I'm never on Discord. I'm never on Discord. I went on there once to post some picture, but I don't do Discord. The only time you ever saw me on Discord, there was a board game group I needed to talk to because they were getting the print and play stuff done professionally, and they only did through Discord. But I don't do Discord. I don't make the time for it. No, I consider it C canon. A lot of people hate it, but I mean, there's a lot of things like you mentioned, the books. There's comic books that kind of mingle in there, and I'm fine with that. Even though there's a lot of things I don't like about it, but no, I don't consider it S canon. That's a great question, but I don't. Yeah, I've been to California a couple times. It's been a while though. Probably Return of the Jedi. And I don't watch anything Disney Star Wars or read anything Disney Star Wars, but I'm not against anyone wanting to do that. If you want to do that, that's fine. And if you love the new canon, that's fine too. I don't care. I care about Legends. I care about the old canon. I care about the old stories. I like that. That's what I liked about Star Wars. I don't watch anything from Disney, only because I just don't care. But if you watch it and you love it, that's great. Everyone who knows me knows this. The guys on my channel who come on my podcast, they watch the new canon. Benjamin even wants to talk about it. Sometimes Wes does too, and that's fine. I have nothing to say for those episodes, but that's fine. I don't get in fights with them and say, "Oh, you shouldn't be watching it." I don't care. You watch what you want, but it's just not for me. Just not for me. Well, Benjamin could do it. I need to make the time, and right now the kids are way too young. I just would not be able to make the time. Datacron keeper. Oh, Evan. Never mind. I love Evan, but I wonder how credible that his source is. I thought it was No Shave November, but there you go. Either way, it's going fine. I'm letting it go a little bit longer tonight. I shouldn't, but oh, we may do a nightcap instead. May switch over to a nightcap. That's fine because it is closer to the novels, right? Tell me if you like. I've tried Ticket to Ride so many times in so many different versions. I hate that game. And I have Urbania by Mayfair Games. Michael, it's essentially the same mechanics. Well, it isn't to me because there's a lot more options to expand and stuff. But and people who play it say this is just like Ticket to Ride. It is a lot of the time, but it's better. It's just a better game. Urbania by Mayfair Games, really cheap to get secondhand. Well, I scared the piss out of people in my Scream costume. And for 4 years straight, I feel so bad. Those girls who also help out with it, there's a bunch of, I think they're college, high school, I think. And they have not known my identity for 4 years because I never speak and I never take off. Well, I take off my mask and I eat with them on the last night and they never talk to me because they don't know who I am. And this year, they went out to eat, but I didn't go. I didn't go this year. Usually we eat right there afterwards, but it was really cold and everyone wanted to go inside. And I thought about going, but I was just so tired. And I did want it because some of them are graduating. They're probably not coming back. And I wanted to kind of reveal myself and tell them who I was, but didn't happen. But some of them won't talk to me because they get creeped out because I don't talk. And I act like the Scream guy sometimes. And I do fun things. I'll dance and stuff. But I just thought it was funny that they never know who I am. But I scared the piss out of some people. I had a really good time for like 4 hours straight. Let me see, hold on. Yeah. For like 4 hours straight. We get there around 7 or whatnot, and it ends around 11. Is that 4 hours? Yeah. So 3.5 hours. I'm running around, juking. I'm pouring sweat by the time before we even begin. I'm pouring sweat because I'm messing with the queue line. It's a drive-through car wash, haunted car wash, and I am running everywhere. I'm doing it, and so weird. Because when I got up, I used to have to do my legs were always stiff. My legs have not been stiff this week. I guess it's all that running around, man. I was stretching too and everything, and I mean, I feel great. I thought I was gonna feel like crap. One day I'm gonna get too old for that. Oh, and someone thinks I'm 20. They were way off on my age. But oh man, people were coming through like every night to come see me. This is Scream Guy. We came back. Do you remember us? And I was going, yeah. No, I don't remember you. I see like 80 cars a night. But it was a lot of fun. Some people got really scared. It was really funny. Some people just wanted to laugh, and I'd laugh with them. Some people, and I don't do this at all, but I broke my own rule. I got into people's cars. I don't really want to get into anyone's car, but I was having so much fun. And the people who said they came back to see me and they wanted me to come in the car, I'd jump in the car for a little bit. They'd take selfies. We'd take some selfies and then I'd jump out. And it was funny because the mom goes, "Don't let him in." And then she goes, hold on. I want to get a selfie with him. And the other girls came through. They wanted me to hop in the car. So I hopped in the car. We all took selfies. And the other girl in the driver's seat was like, "Why did you bring him in here?" She's like scared to death. And I'm just taking pictures with everyone. But she may be like, "This guy, we don't know who this is." And that's the right thing to do. You shouldn't let strangers in your car ever. But it was a lot of fun. My girls got to come through, and that was a lot of fun to see them. And I saw one other person I knew, and I think another one of my friends was there. He tried to call me that night. And he just wants to hang out sometime. He said he was thinking about me, but I think he showed up to it. Oh, Tony had to leave. Hold on. You too, brother. Good seeing you! Exclamation point. Yeah, I'm too old. I used talk to text. That was Tony who was on earlier. But that's what I did. We took the kids trick or treating. And about 7, I bailed and went up to the car wash and got ready and scared the line. And it was a ton of fun. It was a ton of fun. They had a few other guys there that last night. I scared a few cars off the road. They hit the curb. And the last one, we couldn't get it. We had to physically pick up the car and move it. That's when I found out we had like 4 of the guys sitting in the way back that came out of nowhere and helped move the car. And that was the very last car of the night. But that thing was busy all the way from 8 o'clock, at 7:15, the line starts. And so from 8 o'clock when it opened to 10:30, it was packed. And then it started dying off. We'd get one car here and there from 10:30 to 11. But yeah, it was a big fun time there. Well, and that's the problem. And I love, what's his name? I love Rhino. I love Raging Rhino. I do. He's a dear friend of mine. I love that man. I think he can do whatever he wants to with his time, but why he keeps watching New Canon and hating on it, I don't understand. If you hate it so much, don't watch it. But I mean, he can do whatever he wants. And again, I love him. I love the man. I honestly love the man. He is always welcome on my channel. I'd always go, if he wants me on his channel, I'd always go too. I think he's a wonderful person. To me, that's just a waste of time to watch something just to hate on it. Yeah, hopefully one day we will. I will probably never play a video game, but thank you. I'm sure a lot of them are really good. Yeah, I think they're both great too. Let me see if I can get through this and maybe come back and do a nightcap. Oh, he said he believes he wrote the part. Okay, that's fine. Well, the thing is, though, I mean, either way, it makes sense. It wasn't like retconning the Clone Wars, saying it never happened. It was just retconning. It sounded like it was just retconning those little inconsistencies, which I'm fine with. Either way, that's what I hear. Well, hello there yourself. How are you? Heart face. It's our queen. Dang, what's a retcon I really love? There's got to be one. I love the Death Star that tied in a lot of stuff. I love how Jason Fry in Guide to Warfare calls the Nagai War the Forgotten War. That's why it's never mentioned much. I love that. Keeping Marvel in continuity, yet explaining why that's never mentioned. I don't know about Lisa. That's a good question. I just don't know. Hey, everyone. Man, I'm so far behind. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. And if you're a new subscriber too, then thank you for that. I like all of them. The ones by Drew Karpyshyn are really good. The only one I didn't like is it Fatal Alliance. That's the only Old Republic novel I didn't like. And the comic book, the short story comic book, in my opinion, wasn't that good either. But Revan, doggone it. What are the other ones? I can't remember. The other ones are really shoot. I'm drawing blanks because I'm my mind's gone now. But yeah, those are pretty good. Come on, Matt. What is it called? I had him on the. Yeah, I agree. Matt's coming to me. Dude, I'm so far behind. Yeah, I love that they're bringing back the audiobooks. I think that's great. Maybe so. Filoni, and he talked George into it because George doesn't care ultimately, I guess. Yeah, Filoni's idea. Yeah, he says that in a magazine interview too. Hey, I moved like a 20-year-old. And I was so afraid I was going to be sore. I was so dead tired when I came home every evening because we did it for like 3 nights. I was like, oh my gosh. But I got up and did it again, man. My left ankle was really hurting every night. I think I may have twisted on the first night though. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. I have a picture. Oh. I think I have a picture. I had a picture. Da, 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 da. I don't know where it is now. I guess I didn't. There's a picture of me in my outfit. Oh, wait. I know where it is. Hold on. Hidden. What are they called? That's it. Oh no, it was also on. It's on the what's that called? It's on that website, the car wash website. Well, dadgummit, where is it? Okay, there's one. There's one. There it is. Boozy. How do you get rid of this? Okay. Where is it? On just a second. There I am. There's me looking all screamish. This girl with her face all messed up in a baseball bat. This was the Princess Tiara who'd been pinned to the head, so she's dripping blood everywhere. Yeah, it was a really fun night. The haunted car wash. There's also another one on the car wash website, but yeah. Yo. Oh, hey, Teresa. That's a good one. I like that one too. Yeah, Fatal Alliance is not good. The other Old Republic ones are pretty good. Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah, I think it's one of the worst books in the expanded universe, to be honest. Darth Malgus is really good. Deceived, yeah, Deceived is what it was. That's really good. I enjoyed Deceived a lot. Yeah, I like Annihilation too. Oh, you're gonna love the Bane trilogy. Bane trilogy is great. You know what? Someone gave me the link to that. Chris did a long time ago, and I can't remember. Scott, if you're on, do you remember? It was in a magazine though. He let me because I was like, man, I'm crazy, but I read it somewhere. I looked through all my insiders, I couldn't find it. My Star Wars gamer, I was like, where did I read that? And then I think Chris gave me the link to the article, or maybe Scott did. I honestly, if someone gave me the link to the article, I love them. I think they're really good. I like the joke where Dodonna goes, "I don't quite follow you, Captain Solo," and he goes, "If you did, you'd live a lot longer." That was when the Death Star was coming to Yavin. That's a great joke. Should have been in the movie. Yeah. I hear my nephews are big into Doctor Who. Oh, hey, good. So are mine. I love the books. Oh, well, I'm glad you're on this one. Welcome. Yeah, I have the Highlander ones they did. Pretty good. Oh, Dawn of the Jedi is awful. I don't know what that is. It must be new canon, I'm guessing. Don't know new canon that much. That much. Yeah, Deceit was really good. And Annihilation is from Drew Karpyshyn. It's decent. Good, good, good. Hey, Steve, how's it going? Yeah, for real. Okay, so right there, I'll stop. I'll come back and we'll do a nightcap. That way, I have a few other people on here, and then I can go get something to drink real quick. All right, see y'all in a bit. We'll do a nightcap. Thanks. There.